Mark Knopfler has put together some of the greatest songs of all time, as far as I'm concerned, and this is certainly one of them. This is Romeo and Juliet, and it's a song I show students occasionally. It's very difficult because it's so free form, and this is the case with most of his songs. Playing them exactly the way he plays them is kind of counterproductive. What you really need to do if you're working on songs by him, there's a lot of other people that fall in this category though, is really learn the techniques that he uses and then apply those to the song. Don't worry about getting it note for note. But with the lesson that I now have together for Romeo and Juliet at TotallyGuitars, I have tablature to the introduction showing this very exactly, except every time he plays it is a little bit different. So we look at all of that, and then I really go into more of the chord progression. There are only 4 chords mostly used. There's an E minor that shows up at one point. But it's a very simple chord progression, and the approach to a song like this is you have to learn to just kind of strum through it first before you worry about all the details. So I've got separate chapters on the details, but earlier chapters in the lesson go into just the overall picture, the chord progression, understanding it. Now it's in an open G tuning, capo to the 3rd fret, and of course he does this on a National steel-bodied guitar, his resonator guitar, gives it great sound. But the chords then are very simple to play, and you just have to get used to a D chord being barred with a 5-string bar. You're barring 5 strings at the 2nd fret, second from the capo, and then you have 3 other notes on them. You've got the 4th fret of the 1st string, the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and the 4th fret of the 4th string. That's how you play a D chord in this tuning. And the song is in the key of D. Now the capo really makes it in the key of F, and we have discussed that in the lesson as well. But with just these 3 important chords in the key of D, which would be D, taking off your 3 fingers and hitting the 5 strings at the 2nd fret gives you A, taking the whole thing off gives you G. With those 3 chords plus a B minor played with your 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string and your other 3 fingers all at the 4th fret of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th strings. This is the way you finger a B minor in an open G tuning. Those 4 chords are what you need for the song. D, then it goes to B minor next, and there's a quick A in there. So if you practice that first, you can then come and work on the rest of the lesson. But it's a really good idea to just get that little simple thing down, going from D, hold it for 4 beats, to B minor for 3, to 3 and a 4th beat of A, and then right back to D. That's pretty much the riff or the chord progression that happens at the very beginning of the verse. So you can get started on that, and then the rest of the lesson is available at TotallyGuitars as part of the Target program there. We also have a lot of free lessons there. You can check out our channel here at YouTube called TG Free Lessons. And so there's a bunch of stuff there that could be what you're looking for. This lesson, though, is of course just part of the Target program because it's very elaborate, detailed, and fairly advanced as far as getting the technique right with the picking and light strumming and all that kind of stuff. But hundreds of lessons over there at TotallyGuitars, so I encourage you to come check them out in very detailed arrangements with tablature, lyrics, a chart that shows the chord progression, and everything you need really to learn the song. So hope you get a chance to come check it out, especially if you're interested in Romeo and Juliet.